Hey, future Petrels. It's Miles Jackson, one of the admission counselors here at Oglethorpe University. But not only am I an admission counselor, I'm also the liaison for our student success department. So what this means is I work firsthand with the staff who ultimately create your schedule once you fully attend Oglethorpe. Today, I'm here to make a helpful guide for you to get you through the early stages of your advising process before you actually meet your advisor on MAP Day, which is our summer orientation. All right, so first things first is we're going to open up our Petrel portal. I'm going to use a fake account today by the name of Anakin Skywalker because if you know me, you know I love Star Wars. So of course I'm going to use Anakin Skywalker. If you ever come to my desk, I have my guy Obi-Wan here. Yes, I made this myself. So yeah, shout out Obi-Wan, shout out Anakin. So once we're into our Petrel portal, we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for something called our course preference form. Okay. So the course preference form is an answer sheet that you'll submit to your advisor so that they can create your first year schedule. So we're going to go ahead and click our course preference form, but it is important to know that this form will only appear on your Petrel portal after you have made your deposit to the university. If you have not made your deposit, you will not be able to find this form in your email or in your Petrel portal. All right, so as stated earlier, we're going to rock out with Mr. Anakin Skywalker. So this would be your current information, student ID number. This is my email just for the demo. It's not my birthday. We'll go ahead and make it official just in case y'all want to tell me happy birthday. But yes, so we're going to keep this close to home. Personally, I have a psychology degree. So I'm going to do that for my major, counseling track, you know, your favorite admission counselor. And for a minor, we will do, let's see, where is it? We'll do film and media studies, okay? So we'll click that as our intended major, psychology, with a minor in film and media studies. We will keep going down to our electives, okay? So electives are classes that you take alongside your major and minor courses. So these are ultimately classes that you are still interested in and wouldn't mind taking along your college journey. So we're gonna do our primary academic interest is going to be social and behavioral sciences, right? Because my major choice is psychology. So we're going to click this. And then for our secondary academic interest, we're going to choose something that's similar to what we want to learn, something that we wouldn't mind sitting in class through or, you know, being able to stay awake. All right. So we're going to do, just keep it simple. We're going to do fine arts and culture. So film and media studies is located there. We are also going to do a pre-professional program because I know some of y'all are interested in nursing or veterinarian, things like that. So we're going to click yes. So me, I'm a jack of all trades. I'm going to do a psychology major, film and media studies minor, and why not? We will do education studies, okay? So I'm going to have a major in psychology, a minor in film and media studies. All of my electives are going to be adjacent to what my major and minor are. And then on top of that, I'm on a pre-professional track for educational studies. So it sounds like I'm going to be a professor somewhere at a school, at a film school, okay? Here we are for core classes. So it says, during their Oglethorpe career, each student will take a fine arts core course. We offer fine arts courses in music, art, and theater. What is your fine arts preference? Personally, I can sing a little bit, but for the demo, I'm going to do no preference. Just keep it neutral, okay? So now all of our core courses will be focused on either music, art, or theater. All right? So moving on, mind you, this is a demo, but on this portion, we are looking at our math placement exam. I took pre-algebra in high school and pre-calculus, so going into college, I did not have to take as many math courses as required. So we're going to go ahead and say yes to the math placement exam. So 2 weeks before courses begin, I will be sent an exam where I have to prove that I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about in math. And then I can start a little ahead of the game once I fully attend Oglethorpe. All right. Next, we're going to do our language placement exam. I won't lie, I also speak a little Spanish. Not for real, but for the demo, we will. So we're going to do English, Well, clearly I can't speak English. So we're going to do English for our native language, okay? And then for languages below, I'm going to do Spanish as my number one. We'll do French as my number two, and we'll do German as my number three. So what this means is when your advisor is creating your schedule, they will put a priority to put me in Spanish classes compared to German, okay? If you see any foreign language classes on your schedule, it's okay, especially because it counts as an elective, okay? But if you can test out of your foreign language class, you will also receive an exam, a placement exam, 2 weeks before courses begin, okay? Next up, we're gonna do what is my current housing plan? Me personally, I'm all for the full college experience, so I recommend that you guys do stay on campus. But just in case you live within 25 miles of campus of the university, you can be a commuter student. So either option works. This is not our housing form, so this is just to help your advisor choose your schedule. So if you plan to live on campus, you might be in more often than not in earlier courses that are like 8, 9, 10 in the morning, compared if you're a commuter student, you might get afternoon classes because of traffic or just because, you know, we don't want you driving an hour and a half through Atlanta traffic to get to a 9 a.m. course. So like I said, I'm going to keep this on, I plan on living on campus because living on campus gives you that full experience. Have I been offered a roster spot to play? Of course I can. You guys know I'm an athlete. Y'all know I'll be in the gym? Okay. Anyway, moving on. We're going to say yes. It doesn't say that I'm an active recruit. For the demo, let's pretend that I am and that I am on the men's basketball team. Okay? So I'm a baller. Next, music ensembles. So we do have something where you can receive a scholarship for doing a music audition that is either vocal or instrumental, okay? Some of y'all don't know, but I play a mean bass. No, I'm just kidding. But for the demo, that's going to be true. I'm going to do a music audition on my bass. So we're going to click yes. All this does is, mind you, this is just for the schedule. So the audition will be separate to this form as well. Moving on, dual enrollment, AP exams, and IB coursework. I would say a majority of our students do come in with AP exam courses on their transcripts. So we're going to go ahead and say yes to that. Okay. Which AP exams or IB courses have I completed? I was in, let's say, AP Human Geography and AP Language. Okay. Also, let's pretend that I went to Georgia Perimeter College for dual enrollment courses. So we're also going to say yes for that. And then here, this is when you will have to send your unofficial transcript to the Office of Admission, okay? So at the bottom of this form, there will be, you will be given the opportunity to submit that, or you can just send it to our Office of Admission at admission@oglethorpe.edu to receive college credits at Oglethorpe. All right, so for some of our students, moving on, we can do any additional information we would like to take into account before creating your schedule. Me, always working, always have a job. I highly encourage you guys to work while you're in college because college is not fun if you don't have any money. So let's pretend that I work at Chick-fil-A, okay? And my schedule is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I get off at lunch, right? So now my advisor will see this once I submit the form, and they will probably give me classes around 2 or 3 p.m. so that I can have time to have lunch after I get off work or have time to commute. Other students, for example, they might have family obligations, like you have to pick up a brother, sister, cousin, anything like that from school, daycare, things like that. So I'm gonna say family pick up, and let's see, not free after, let's see, what time does school normally get out? 3 p.m. Okay. So our advisor will see this and they will give me morning classes from 8 a.m. to, let's say, 1 p.m. so I can go and pick my baby sister up. Okay. So also, we do have accommodations. So that is for students who need wheelchair access, ramp access, or maybe students who need to record during class, anything like that. Service animals, dogs, cats, fish, anything like that can count as a emotional support animal. So I will put yes, I need my pet fish in class with me. So then next up, we will just go visit our accessibility webpage on our school's website, and we will submit an accessibility application to say that I need my pet fish in class with me every day. Okay? And then as stated earlier, if you're doing dual enrollment, this is where you're given the opportunity to submit your official transcript, right? Unofficial is okay in the beginning, but eventually we will need your official transcript to prove that you have gotten credit from said university. All right? And with that being said, I'm Miles Jackson, admission counselor here at Oglethorpe University, and thank you for listening.